The biggest mistake I made in business was not understanding leverage. Now, leverage is basically, in just simple terms, is getting more out of the same input. And if you think like a person making 100 times more money than you is not working 100 times harder. I say this a lot, right? Because I really want the community that I'm building to really understand these key concepts that I'm trying to like really drive home. Is that leverage is everything. People that make a lot of money do not work 100 times harder than you, right? All they have is leverage. Now, leverage can be like you can get leverage from many different ways. It's mainly just saving your time and putting into things that get more output from the same input. So, like I mentioned, the biggest mistakes that I've made in business is not understanding leverage earlier. And I'm not saying I've mastered leverage, but again, there's levels to it, right? So, what I understood about leverage is people and the market. Market is basically the people that actually pay you for your time, for your service, for whatever you have the skills, right? Those people, all they want is the end desired goal. And if you can get them that end desired goal, whoever they are, you can get them there faster without wasting any money or getting into any unnecessary stress. They will pay you whatever it is, right? So the market and the end goal, the desired outcome that they want, can determine how much you get paid. So you can literally pick any market and just fix their problem and then get paid for that. So that was the biggest form of leverage that I understood, and I wish that I understood it earlier because I started off with like working in other people's business. But again, I'm not going to say that that was the wrong decision because again, that taught me a lot, and then I got to work in a lot of 6 and 7 figure businesses and got to learn a lot of insights on how these businesses are run. But again, that's the biggest one. So not understanding leverage then. So second comes again, like I was mentioning in a previous video about there's three people in a race, right? The race is like it's 1 mile, and one person is gonna run, one person is on a bicycle, and one person is in a car. Who's gonna win? Obviously the car, right? Why? Because he or whoever the person is, they have a more effective mechanism or vehicle to get them to the end goal. So that's all we want in life with every aspect. So there's health, wealth, relationships. We just want a more effective vehicle to get us to the end goal, right? That's what every human wants. And if you can understand that, you can understand that as leverage, you can truly make any amount of money that you want. Because I personally know people who are charging $150,000 per person, right? But the end goal and their market basically are American doctors who make a lot of money and they're very busy and they want to get more real estate and get like $1 million worth of real estate so they can get that passive income, whatever they want, right? And what this guy basically does is he charges 150,000 and he basically guarantees that they will have this much real estate or this many deals closed by the end of them working together. So it's clearly worth it to those people, right? So all you have to do is ask the market what it wants and develop skills according to it. So that's the biggest thing about leverage is asking the market and then developing your skills according to them. Another thing is that a lot of people get caught up in these, these beliefs, deeply held beliefs that money is hard, and those motivational quotes and all that stuff that you hear all your life is, and money isn't gonna grow on trees, etc. Yes, that is 100% right. But what you have to understand is at some point, leverage dictates how much you work, right? And basically, at some point, like at the point that I'm at, is me not working 24/7. I need to keep some sort of mental void to, if a fire does come up, then I have the mental capacity and the mental space to kind of deal with that problem. And what people do is because of that like deeply held belief that you need to be busy all the time, you need to be working hard all the time, like you literally keep yourself busy with the needle, like non-needle pushing activities, as in the things that don't push the needle forward, and then you don't get to deal with the most important things and the needle pushing things, because there's two types of things that you could be doing every single day. And if you're working all day, it just unfortunately is the case that you don't understand leverage, or you don't deeply understand what leverage is and have application for it. So like if you're working all day and you're still not getting any closer to your goals, it's just because you're spending too much time on the activities that just float the boat but don't actually move the boat forward, Hopefully that made sense. And like some very interesting thing that I've heard from many of my mentors is that intelligence is not measured by how much you know, but by how much practical application you put all that knowledge and then actually change your life. So the way I approach leverage or literally any problem is that I actually get on with my life, get on with the things that actually matter to me, and then wherever I spot the problem, that's when I start reading books on it or getting a mentor on it or whatever, right? So that's the biggest thing, that practical application, applied knowledge is powerful, not just knowledge itself. Applied knowledge is powerful. So that is something I really do recommend to people. That let's say if you have the goal of getting into a better shape, definitely ask who is actually in good shape. It could be like your like personal trainer that you know, or like a friend that you know. Like literally, it's a value exchange. Everything's value exchange. So give them money, like ask them how the hell have you got into that amazing shape, and just get me there faster. Just get me there faster without any hassle, without any trouble, right? And that basically proves that every single thing that you want in life, someone's already done it, and all you just have to do is ask them. That's why I'm here, right? I'm doing the oldest form of business, like sitting down with a teacher, like sitting down with students. My example, right? I sit down with students, I teach them exactly step by step on how to actually get to where I am within business, right? And then so people don't have to go through any unnecessary stress, wasting any money or time, because it is very difficult at the moment with the recession, rising living costs, like inflation and salaries still staying the same. Like people tell me all sorts of things, like they don't get enough time to spend with their families, like practice Islam. So it must be very difficult. But thing is, nothing's gonna happen until you actually seek out the help. And I think Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam clearly said that you need to tie the camel and then expect anything from Allah, right? So that basically signifies that you have personal responsibility of actually doing the actions. Then you can ask Allah. What a lot of people do is they start blaming Allah without actually doing the actions. So just to end off this point is the number one thing, that the mistake I made was not understanding leverage sooner. And if you feel like you're working all day, you're not getting any closer to your goals, whether it's financials, whether it's health wise, relationships, whatever it is, ask yourself, are you doing the needle pushing activities, the things that actually move the boat forwards, or are you doing the activities that keep the boat still or boat floating, right? So again, if you actually want to get out of the financial situation that you're currently in, you're not happy, look, doing nothing, being skeptical of things. Skepticism is fine, right? There's a difference between skepticism and negativism, right? Negativism is basically thinking anything that you're not doing is just fake. It doesn't exist. Like it's not the truth, and you're too clever. Like you know everything, and you're the only realistic person. Look, and skepticism is okay, doubting things as you should in this noisy marketplace, but it's also keeping an open mind and truly understanding things. So basically, I have a one-to-one mentorship program where I take certain individuals on a one-to-one basis. It's not just a bunch of videos that you have to watch. It's like thoroughly on a one-to-one basis where I kind of give you handheld guidance, like A to Z, right? So the thing that I teach is a digital marketing agency. So how to start a digital marketing agency, right? The only reason is because it's currently worth about 500 billion and it will be worth about 1.3 trillion. And why? Because marketing, by definition, is getting the right people's eyeballs on what you have to offer, right? And the old methods of marketing like billboards, flyers, etc., aren't as effective anymore because most people's eyeballs are on their phones. So that's why we use TikTok ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, right? And the best thing about this is you don't actually have to do the Facebook ads and whatever, because I will basically tell you to find and basically help you supply people that are in third world countries like Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, who know the skill of Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Google ads. They have case studies. Basically, you'll use their case studies. They'll basically be your team members while you sell things in the US, Canada, UK, wherever you are, and then delegate the work off to them, right? And then the question comes, how the hell do you get clients in the US, UK, Canada? That's where I come in. The all the systems and the funnels that I've got and I personally use in my agency. So my agency, we basically help service providers with their client acquisition. So the funnel systems that I've used and like done like so much testing on, you'll basically use them. You'll basically use them to get the clients, and it's all numbers based. That's why I'm able to guarantee such big results. It's all numbers based, and basically numbers are everywhere. Like it's so funny how like accidents at the end of the year all add up to the same number. Doesn't matter race, gender, height, whatever it is. Right? They're all everything is numbers. So what we do is basically get 30 to 40 people on a call, and then expect at least 4 people out of those 40 people to become clients. That's it. That's 25% closing rate. And you're probably thinking, I don't know how to sell. I don't need to know. You don't need to know any of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link my website where you're going to see a video of one of my successful students literally starting from scratch. So Salman started from scratch, literally not knowing anything. And he actually describes a process. It's a step-by-step, pretty realistic process, week 1 to 12. And he explains that. And then I've also left a frequently asked questions section on the website. Have a look at that. And lastly, then it gives you the option to book a call. But if not, you want to get to know me more, have a look at my YouTube channel. I'll link a few videos below that are relevant to this topic. But inshallah, I'm excited to see you on a call potentially. Again, if you do have the time to spend into this and you actually have the financial resources to invest. Assalamu alaikum.